Hello students, let's start the unit number 2, and in the unit number 2 we will discuss about the memories and 8051. So the complete unit is described in a two part, and this is your syllabus. Here you can see that you have one memory system, that is a semiconductor memories, development of the semiconductor memories, internal structure of the and the decoding mechanism of the semiconductor and of the memories, and memory operations. Types of the memories means in the types of the memory you will learn about MROM, ROM, EPROM, AEPROM and DRAM. So these type of the memories you will learn, and another part of this unit is the 8051 microcontroller. In this unit you will find that what is the memory structure of 8051 architecture, microcontroller memory types, and microcontroller and the memory types of it, and how the control storage, variable areas, stack, hardware register space, SFRs, and 8051 pin diagram. So these all things you will find in the 8051 microcontroller. Here you will find so many things and interesting things about the 80 of the embedded systems. So as a part of the embedded system you will learn about the 8051 microcontroller, and and another thing which is important for us is the memory system, which is need to be understand for our instructions. Okay, so now let's start with the semiconductor memories. Here you can find the unit number 2. So these are some of the my class notes which are available for you, so which we will give you also. So it's some memory system for, and the 8051, the unit is divided into these two parts. So here you can see the semiconductor memory, and it is a static RAM, and in the static RAM you can see that there are two inverters, one is at this side and another is this side. So memory when we provide 0 to this signal, then it provide 1, and when then this 1 is converted into 0, right? If there is a 1, then it is a 0, and if there is 0, then it is again converted into 1. So that's how this arrangement can have the data. This type of arrangement is known as static RAM, right? So my RAM is divided into two parts. One is the static RAM, which is this diagram, and another is the dynamic RAM, which has the capability of the capacitors, right? So as a so DRAM consists of a one transistor and one capacitor. Okay, another of my memories are the ROM, and ROM is divided into PROM, EEPROM, ultraviolet ROM, flash RAM, and such type of the ROM are available in the market. Maskable ROM, we have already discussed the ROM part and the types of the ROM in the syllabus part, right? So there are array of the memory. So there are many type of the array. So here you can see that there is a diagram of the memory, and here these two inverters provide the data which are need to sense by these two blocks are the sense amplifiers, and these are used for the reading of the data, right? And whenever we need to write something, then we provide the data on this line, right? And then we switch on this switch. When the switch is on, then the data is provided to this memory unit, and then it starts to work, it starts to flow in it, right? So that's how static RAM works. And in the next thing we have this memory cell array. These are the memory array. These are the memory cells. These are small memory cells having the capability of containing 1 unit of digital bit, means only single bit it can retain. There are a row decoder and there are column decoder, which are need to be assessed for the assessing of the memory. By means of the row decoder and column decoder, we just track that at which number of byte we need to capture. Okay, So any, if there is any memory of the 8 bit, if the address bit has the 8 bit, so the minimum address of any memory will be 0000000, and maximum address of this unit will be 11111111. So I think there are so many things, and I will discuss about more about the memory in my next lecture. So thank you for this lecture. If you have any issue, you can ask me. Thank you.